One of the worst things about yard work is dealing with extension cords and gasoline. But what if you didn't have to? Cordless electric lawn equipment has come a long way in rivaling its electric and gas-powered peers. Let's see how. When it comes to yard work, the easier the better, right? Well, nowadays, cordless lawn equipment makes it simple to get your yard looking great without the hassle of tangled up extension cords and gasoline. Hi, I'm Carrie with EPB. This kind of cordless grab-and-go lawn equipment has really improved in overall performance, power, and extended battery life. These days, battery-powered gear is powerful enough to do the same job as electric and gas-powered equipment. In fact, today's batteries last long enough to complete most common yard tasks. Plus, cordless lawn equipment is far more reliable than any gasoline engine, and it never needs engine repairs. Just plug in a fresh battery and you're off and running. But with the variety of options out there, what should you look for in a cordless tool? Well, our lawn equipment expert from Elders Ace Hardware, John Rudder, is here to help. Hi, John.
Hi.
All right, John, so what are some things to consider with cordless lawn equipment?
So the first thing you need to consider with cordless battery-powered equipment is the type of motor. There are two types of motors. There's a brushed and a brushless motor. Brushed motors are typically good for light applications like hedge trimmers or edgers. Brushless can take a lot heavier load. They're used for lawnmowers, leaf blowers, and string trimmers. And so when you're looking at a battery-powered unit, definitely look at whether it's brushed or brushless.
That makes sense. So I guess batteries are pretty important, huh?
Yes. Aside for the motor in the tool, the battery is the most important factor, and batteries are not all the same.
So how do I compare batteries?
So when you look at batteries, you're really looking at the amp hours.
What do amp hours mean?
So amp hours is the number of amps that will run in a continuous hour. For example, if you have 5 amp hours, you're going to expend 5 amps over a continuous period of 1 hour. However, if you do run a unit at a higher speed, that can affect your runtime.
What about power? Because I see tools with 18, 24, 36, even 80 volt batteries. So does higher voltage mean more power?
So you would think that a higher voltage piece of equipment would be better, but that's not necessarily true. A well-designed 40 volt battery powered tool could deliver just as much power as an 80 volt tool. What you really need to be looking at is the watt hours.
So is there a trick to getting the longest run times?
Yes, if you run a battery-powered unit at a slower speed, you'll get more runtime out of the unit. Also, if you're moving from one area of the lawn to the other, you can just take the power off, and that'll save runtime as well.
Now, after I decide on a tool, should I stick with the same brand of any other tools that I purchase?
Yes, once you've picked a brand, you can interchange the batteries in those tools between the different units. And so it really makes a lot of sense to decide on the right brand. And then once you've got that brand, keep adding units within that family.
Okay, so what about charging? Is it okay to leave the batteries on the charger all the time?
A lot of chargers now, you can leave the batteries on. I typically will put the battery on a charger, get a full charge, and then take it off and swap out the batteries. But a lot of the chargers do have that function. I would read in the owner's manual to find out if your particular battery charger can sustain that charge for a long period or if it's better to take it off the unit.
Might be okay, you just want to make sure for your particular battery.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so that's all good stuff, John. Is there anything else for us to consider?
You know, the main thing I'd consider is once you've got a brand of equipment, you can add an extra battery. That way you can always have one in the tool and one on the charger ready to go. If you stick with the same brand, you're going to save more money long term, and you can interchange those batteries, and so it just makes a lot more sense.
It does make sense. Thanks so much, John. You can talk with John and his team about cordless lawn equipment by visiting them at Elders Ace Hardware. Be sure to watch our other videos in this series, including cordless lawn equipment options, to learn more about all kinds of energy-related topics. Remember, your EPB Energy Pros will be glad to answer any other questions you have about cordless lawn equipment or anything else energy related. Just give us a call for your free EPB Energy Pros consultation. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.